Today for reading, we are going to revisit what we read yesterday, Homes Around the World. And we're just going to take a look at some different things as we read it this time. We're going to focus on some ways that you would be able to understand difficult texts, like comparing and contrasting. And when you compare and you contrast something, you organize the information by telling how something is like something that is already familiar to you. So you see how unfamiliar thoughts, ideas, and things are the same as or different from familiar thoughts, ideas, and things. So it gives readers something within their own experience to understand something new. So we're going to see how things in this story are alike things that you know about and how things are different than what you already know about. We are also going to work on classifying and categorizing something. And good readers organize information so they can see how things are alike, they can make connections, and they can remember details. So we're going to classify and categorize also. We're also going to be looking at some of the things that a writer does, the writer's craft. Sometimes a writer will include captions with a photograph or an illustration. Now, captions are the words that an author uses to tell more about a photograph or illustration. In this book, we have captions that tell us about where the different homes are located around the world. Now, a caption can be a single word, a whole sentence, or a few sentences. We are also going to be looking at the way a writer uses exclamatory sentences. Exclamatory sentences are sentences that show strong feeling about something and they end with an exclamation point. Exclamatory sentence, exclamation point. So let's go ahead and take a look at Homes Around the World by Jaslyn Shan. Here you will see many homes and many faces in many far-off places. Homes come in lots of different shapes and sizes. They are made of different things. Some homes are big and tall. A lot of people can live there. Some are round and small. Those houses do not fit many people. So we're going to take a look at page 6 and 7 on how the writer uses captions. And some authors will write a caption for a photograph or an illustration, like I said, and the words of a caption appear smaller than the rest of the words on the page. See how these are smaller words than the words that are up there in the text? The words or sentences in the caption give more information about the illustration or photograph, and the author of this selection has included place names in each caption, and this tells the reader where each of the homes in the photograph are located in the world. So as we take a look from left to right here, we'll see the captions that say Argentina, Lesotho, Thailand, Ethiopia, Utah in the United States, and Peru, so that you know where those homes are from. Nature helps make some homes. Homes built in cliffs have protection. They stay cool when the sun is hot. It is not too hot here. Grass grows on this roof. Reeds grow in the lake near these homes. The huts are made of reeds, these huts here. These homes are made of mud. They are called beehive houses because of their shape. Now, let's go ahead and try and compare and contrast. So good readers often look to see how information presented in a selection is alike and different. So let's compare the two homes on page 8. The two homes on this page, page 8. Both use nature to make the homes and to keep them cool. Now let's contrast those two homes or tell how they're different. The first home described in the text uses cliffs, and the second home grows grass on the roof. Now let's take a look at the homes that are on page 9. All right, compare and contrast those two houses in the illustration. Both are made of natural material. This one is made of reeds, and this one is made of mud. So when you contrast them, you have to tell how they're different. Well, they are made of different things, and they are different shapes, right? There are different ways to decorate a house. Flowers add color to this home. They bloom in large boxes. Painters make interesting designs. The designs brighten this home. Wood carvers make fancy patterns. This is an interesting way to decorate a house. Tiles can add color to a home. They make a nice pattern too. Well, on these 2 pages, we are going to take a look at how the writer uses exclamatory sentences. An author chooses end punctuation very carefully when they're writing. They want to show strong feelings. Well, they end it with an exclamation point. Where do we find an exclamation point on page 10? Right here at the end of this sentence, right? There's your exclamation point. It says, the designs brighten this home. Where do we find an exclamation point on page 11? Right here. This is an interesting way to decorate a house, and it really is if you take a look at the carvings around those windows. Homes are found in different places. A tree house is built high off the ground. A motorhome has wheels and moves from place to place. Some homes float. This house is also a boat, this one right here. Here's another way to live on the water. This house is up on stilts. Houses have many parts. A porch is a nice place to sit with your family. Ladders take the place of steps in some native homes. Doors are for coming and going. They let us welcome friends inside. Windows make things brighter. They let light in and people smile out. Now, I wanted to take a look really quick at some classifying and categorizing. As we read, we classify and categorize details into groups of similar items. After reading pages 14 and 15, we learn about different parts of a house, right? And these can be the name of a category. House parts. What parts of the house did the author describe in this text? Here's the porch, the ladders, doors, and windows. So all of those things are house parts. There are many kinds of homes in the United States. In cities, there are apartments and condos. People live close together. There is more space in the country. This farmhouse has lots of land. There's the farmhouse down here in Indiana. A log cabin can be cozy on a cold day. This home is in the mountains. A cottage can be cozy too. Some people love living on a beach. Some homes are built to last for centuries. They are very sturdy. And some homes fold right up. A family takes this home with them when they move. There are many different kinds of places called home, but all over the world, homes are for living and homes are for enjoying. All right, let's compare and contrast a little bit too. Let's compare the two homes on page 18 here, on page 18. Both are places where people live, so that's how they're the same. Now let's contrast the two homes and tell how they're different. The first home, it's like a castle, is built to last a long time. It was built to be strong. The second home is different because it's easy to build and to pack up, and this home will move with the family. So there are other ways that this is different, like this one is built of stone, this one is built with mats and with blankets. So there are ways that they are different. Let's go back and take a look at some vocabulary. And this is where we'll start today with the word cabin.
Cabin. A small, simple house, often made of logs. We visited this cabin made of wood. It was near the forest.
All right, so a cabin is a small, simple house made of logs. And when I went on vacation with my family to the mountains in Tennessee, we stayed in a cozy cabin. All right, so the next word that I want to take a look at is centuries. Centuries, this word right here.
Centuries. Plural form of century. A period of 100 years. The world's tallest trees have lived for centuries. They have lived for hundreds of years. Centuries.
All right, so centuries is a period of 100 years. 1 century is 100 years. This says centuries, so this means hundreds of years. So these homes are built to last for hundreds and hundreds of years. This brings us to our next vocabulary word. It's the word sturdy.
Sturdy. Not easy to break, to push over, or to make to fall down. The castle wall is sturdy. It would be hard to knock down. Sturdy.
All right, sturdy means that it would be hard to break, to push over, or to fall down. So when it talks about the walls of this house, they are very sturdy. They would be hard to push over or knock down. And our last vocabulary word that we'll talk about is the word fold.
Fold. To bend or double over. My mom likes to fold her clothes. Fold.
I don't know if I believe that mom likes to fold her clothes, but moms do fold their clothes, and so that they're nice and neat. And fold means to bend or double over. So it says this house folds right up. So you kind of fold it, you bend it up over itself when you're ready to move it around. All right, good job today. And tomorrow you will be taking your test and it will cover these vocabulary words. So I hope that you are a good listener today.